Hey guys, Mowers and Blowers here again. This is the second part of that free double lawnmower pick that I got the other day. It's a Craftsman 22-inch, 6 horsepower Briggs & Stratton. Easy starting, quiet it says. We'll see about that. It is self-propelled. It's a big wheel. Looks intact. Not any rust that you can visually see that's too bad. Does have a throttle control over here. There's no gas in it. There was almost no oil in it, so I just added up oil. Controls seem to work, which is good. Brake handle, also smooth and works. It's definitely a plus. Which means he probably didn't leave it out in the out in the weather, you know, because usually they suck when that happens. This feels a little too loose for it to work properly, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that works. Obviously there's a carburetor float bowl nut sitting there. That's not a good sign. And of course the recoil starter rope is pulled all the way out. So that's the first thing I'm going to address, because if you can't pull start it, you can't even test if it works. So you got to do it one step at a time. That's a good sign. This filter's pretty clean. Yeah, it's pretty clean. So all the screws are there. That one looks really loose though. It's just 2 Phillips screws to take the top cover off. It's 3 screws to get the gas tank to the side. That's mighty nice. They didn't give me a gas line. That's not going to work without a gas line, right? Somebody definitely messed with this, because these bolts are not even tightened. You can hand turn them. And there's the recoil starter assembly. This rope is definitely gone. Gonna have to replace the rope for sure. Good sign is that it turns and has resistance. So it seems like the coil's good inside, not rusted and, you know, broken or anything. So that's good. Just replace the rope is really easy. Check out the situation here. Aside from the fact that it doesn't have a fuel line, linkage looks correct. Does turn, and it does seem like the magneto and flywheel is good. Don't see any obvious leaks of oil. Alright, so I'm gonna get to that recoil starter now. I'm gonna find a rope. First thing we're gonna do is get rid of the old rope. Now with the old rope taken away, I'm going to wind it counterclockwise all the way until I feel tension. Until the tension stops, you know, that I can't do it anymore. But you don't want to overdo it, you know. You want to do it up to a revolution where the 2 holes match up, the outer hole and the inner reel hole. And then you stick like a screwdriver in between to hold it. So that's about all I can turn it to before it gets too tight. I burned the end of that so that it's hard and plasticky. hate doing this, especially with one hand. Make a knot. Now that I've made a knot, I'm going to get rid of the screwdriver. And now the tension of the coil will just suck in the new rope until it stops. Okay, so it stopped. Now I'm going to kind of measure where I need this rope to be. That's about right. Just about here. Loop it through the handle. Made a double knot. And there you have it. Recoil starters are all ready to go. But while I have this all apart, I'm going to check out that carburetor. Pretty clean. Really dry. Hasn't been used in a while. Really dry. Completely dry. It's a clean carburetor, man. I looked it over. There's really nothing to do. Everything's clean. So we've got the recoil starter all in order. Measured perfectly right there. Carburetor didn't need cleaning, but we took a look at it anyway. Put it back. It's got a new fuel line in there. I even put a fuel filter in there too. Now all we need to do is put some gas in there. It's bone dry. Run for a little bit, but I don't think the primer works. I have to shoot some car cleaner. I have to check out the primer bulb a little bit better. Let's try out this the self-propelled doesn't work. So good. Engine starts up, runs. I'm gonna have to check on that primer bulb because it wasn't getting any fuel from the prime. I had to shoot some stuff in there, and we're gonna lift that cover there for the self-propulsion and check out why it doesn't work. Bet you the cable's not connected right. Okay, so I fixed the primer problem because the bolts weren't too tight, so it wasn't making a seal. Now you see when I press it, fuel flows there, and should start. Now we're going to take off this drive belt cover and see what's underneath. So I think we figured out the problem. Nothing's moving, man. Check that out. Nothing's moving. Doesn't seem like the wire on the inside is even connected to this switch or this throttle. Nothing moves. So I need to replace the wire or take this apart and figure out what's wrong. Or I can just swap this handle with that one. That might be easier. So I replaced the thing here, and it works, but it doesn't work. This thing spins, that engages. The wheels don't turn. I'm gonna take the wheel off. Gears look good. That looks good. So cleaned up nice. I just went and washed it and scrubbed it a little bit. It's really nice, man. Anyway, I ended up having another one of these throttle controls that had the wire on it, so I just simply replaced the wire, put the cover back on, and now this thing runs great. Runs great, starts great, self-propelled works, cleaned up real nice. What a score, man. What'd you guys say? Best part of this? Free. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.